Hey crafters, welcome back to She's Crafty Paperworks. If you're new here, my name is Jen, and like many of you, I make cards when I'm stressed. So today, I'm excited to share with you 10 unique cards. All of them were created using Gina K's hand-picked flowers, stamp, stencil, die cutting, and foiling bundle. So grab your supplies and let's get to crafting together. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more creative inspiration. Now the first thing I'm doing here is just going through a little bit of a mini unboxing just to go over the products that I'll be using. And for this first thing, this is the incentive, and it's a freebie if you hit a certain price point. And so I chose the stamps because I can never have enough stamps. And then I picked up a package of the Polyglaze foiling. I do use 2 of these for the background for 2 of my A2 cards. And then I also purchased 2 of the foiling sets. Now this is separate from the bundle, but it coordinates with it. I decided to go with 2. I used 6 of the long flowers from one package, and I also used a couple little sentiments as well as single roses. The die cuts coordinate with both the stamp and the foiling sheets. There's also a stencil set that coordinates with it as well. Now before I can get going, I do need to get out all of my supplies, and I keep my foiling supplies in one of those storage boxes that you can get from Joann's, or you could get, but I've seen them elsewhere. I've seen them at Home Goods, for example. I think they have them at home as well, but they are really good at one, kind of hiding my supplies when they're not in use, but they do hold a lot. As you can see, I have a nice collection of foils, and they're nice and tucked away until I need them. And so what I wanted to do was figure out what colors I wanted to focus on. And of course, for foiling flowers, you're going to want to have some golds and silvers, and I did pull those, but I also pulled some colorful ones. Remember to save all of your remnants because you can do reverse foiling with them. And that's what I'm doing right now. I've taken one of the gold ones, and I used black toner paper to highlight the black lines. And I have a perfectly good reverse foil. And now all I need to do is die cut it. The benefit of doing the foiling and die cutting in advance is that what I was able to do was put all of the pieces in one of my stackables, and anytime I was done grading a set of papers or a set of exams in this last week or so, I would reward myself, as well as kind of give myself a bit of a break from the computer, to make a card. And it would help kind of calm me down, get me more regulated and grounded, and then I could go back to grading. For stencil number 2, I'm only going to work on the rose. And the reason I'm doing that is I am going to use the same brush to go darker on the flowers that are on top. And I want to make sure that I've used the wilted violet ink on that 3rd rose before I start darkening the brush. The 4th and last stencil is for the greenery. To remove the flowers from the grip mat, I am lifting the mat and releasing the grip. This will avoid curling the paper. Now that I've shown the process, I will go through each of the cards I made over the course of the last week or so. The sentiment for this card is from Spellbinders, and the opal gems are from Simon Says Stamp. I can't tell if the camera is picking up the lavender foil from the flowers, but it's quite lovely. I used Concord and 9th cardstock in lilac and fig. Card number 2 was a bit of an experiment. I took an A2 size piece of blank polyglazed paper and laminated it with my mink with gold foil. What I wanted to find out was how well it would do with an intricate die cut like this cover plate from Pink Fresh Studios. I had no issues with the foil, so I placed C9 cardstock in Oceanside as the card base and opted to keep the flowers white with the gold foil. The sentiment is Better Pressed from Spellbinders, inked with Lisa Horton Gold Metallic on black cardstock. Card number 3 might be my favorite. This card is a 5x7 and was made with the reverse image that I showed earlier. The cardstock is C9 in the colors Juniper, Sea Glass, and Black. The Honey Gold cardstock is from Tonic. I used craft foam to prop up the modern oval focal point and an additional 2 layers of black cardstock for the flowers and sentiment. I embossed the sea glass with Spellbinder's stylized Calla Lily folder, and it was just what it was needed to give this card a real Art Deco feel. For card number 4, I used some gold cardstock from Joann's for the card front and for the focal point. The focal point was created with a squashed oval nesting die from Lisa Horton. The pink layer, the sentiment, and the flowers were all foiled in gold. And I used C9 ink and carnation to color the layer and C9's buttercup and carnation to color the roses. The embellishments were from Spellbinders in the color Peach Opalescence. Speaking of peach, this 5x7 has peach foil and was made with C9 sorbet, nectar, and grapefruit cardstock. The background was created with Spellbinder's timeless 5x7 card front, and the focal point was propped up with craft foam under the nesting die. I also used several layers of cardstock for the flowers and sentiment. I used 80-pound cardstock for the card base so that it would cut the shape. I then added a 120-pound liner on the inside to give it more stability. And by the way, I found using a brayer to apply the glue to the intricate lines was the most effective route. Card number 6 was made with Briar Rose and Plumberry C9 cardstock. The flowers were created with purple foil and numerous pink and purple ink colors to get that right shade that I wanted. The Briar Rose cardstock is propped up with craft foam, which I then cut with an arched nesting die from Spellbinders. I used water drop embellishments from C9. Card number 7 was made with C9 cardstock in Fig that was embossed with Spellbinder's Heart Swag folder. The foiling is silver, and the flowers were colored in distress oxides in picked raspberry and wilted violet. The focal point is also propped up on craft foam and has a vellum layer. The embellishments, they came from my stash. Card number 8 is a 6x6 card. Now, the standard square card is usually 4.5 by 4.5 because the base can be made with a regular sized piece of cardstock. However, I have lots of 6x6 envelopes and 12 by 12 cardstock, so I went big. I used C9 cardstock in carnation and black. The gold and white striped cardstock came from a gold foil matte stack from Joann's and is propped up on a craft foam layer. The sentiment came from Amazon, and you can tell because there's no apostrophe for the S, which I did not notice until I glued it down. I'm trying to deal with it, but I may go back and make my own apostrophe if my OCD takes over. By the way, square cards do require extra postage, but my son chose this card for his grandmother, so it will be hand-delivered. Cards number 9 and 10 were bonus cards. I had used up all the florals that I had foiled, and all I had left was the background layer and 2 sentiments. So for this card, I added the background to the Fig cardstock, and then I stamped and embossed 3 roses in silver and used metallic watercolors to color the flowers. I did the same for number 10, although with this card, I embossed the white with Spellbinder's checkered scallops. The pastel embellishments came from Simon Says Stamp. The cardstock is C9 and ballet slippers, and the white has been sprayed with sheer shimmer spray from Imagine. The 3 cards that say Happy Mother's Day have been claimed. The remaining cards that say Mom or express gratitude will be saved for other occasions. As always, thank you for watching, giving a thumbs up, and subscribing. I hope to be back on a regular schedule by next week, so I'll see you soon for more paper crafting fun.